Tonight we return to ordinary time. And ordinary time is a time where we wear green in the life of the church. It's a time for growing. It's a time perhaps for recognising the environment that we live. Often in a political sense, people identify green with things of the environment. The church for many hundreds of years has worn green during the ordinary time of the year, the structured time, when we're not celebrating any big feast, perhaps to remind us of the importance of the earth, the importance of growing. Our readings today, especially this first reading and the gospel, talk about gardening, planting, preparing the soil, planting the seeds, and the work of creation is ongoing. You plant a seed and you don't know really when it's sprouting. You can't see what's happening below the earth. But we need to be patient. And we take delight and we look after our environment, but we're called to plan and to be patient with the environment and with creation. Most of us hopefully have got some sort of green thumbs. You might have a garden at home. You might have some pots if you're living in an apartment. And it's important to grow things. We're called to not just grow plants or food and other things. We're called to grow faith. But we need to be patient in doing that. And it's not all about us either. When you plant a seed, it's not just about us. Oh, well, I've planted the seed or I've planted the plant. There is the role of the sun. There is the role of the weather. Nice weather or even warm weather or cold weather. All of that has an impact upon our plants. And things grow. And God's allowed to nurture that. And that happens with us spreading the faith as well. One of us plants a seed of faith. But someone else nurtures that. Someone else brings a person to experience the warmth of God. Others perhaps pour the water that comes through the sacraments. Some bring the nurturing that happens, the food that we give to the plants that happens through the other sacraments as well. And so we're called to be gardeners, not just at home with our plants, but with our faith. As part of that, over the years, I've learned you need to be patient. I've planted all sorts of different fruit trees at our family's place, our beach place down the coast. And we get some fruit on some plants, and others have got to wait years and years and years for the fruit to come. And I think that happens with the Christian life as well. Sometimes I can get a bit impatient, thinking, we're planting, we're trying to sow the seed, we're trying to encourage faith, and sometimes we get some results, and sometimes we don't get many results at all. I think, well, we're just a failure. But I think back to what happens when we do gardening. And what this parable reminds me of is that we need to be patient. It's not just the one person who makes a plant happen. There's a whole community, the whole environment helps for a plant to grow. And that's all of us working together to sow faith, to water faith, to feed faith, to help it to grow and to produce a magnificent harvest. So Paul in this second reading says that we are full of confidence. He says this phrase twice. And we're called to be confident in our faith, confident in our patience with our faith, and confident to be able to stand and spread the faith. So when we come to Mass this evening, pray that as we receive the sacraments, we'll be nourished by them. But also that we'll be nourished to be confident in being witnesses